Hello and welcome back everyone to Olympia football, and it is upon us. A big game against number 2 in the nation, Utah State. The Aggies have just been sensational this year. Their offense is tops in the nation, one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, and they are at home as we visit Logan to take on Utah State in a game that might decide the fate of the Big 12 and the national championship. Coming up soon after this. And off we go here in Utah State. Derek Canary will field this one inside the 10. He's going to bounce it outside, and he's got a lane at the 40, at the 50, at the 40 of Utah State. Now cuts it inside, and he'll be taken down at the 22-yard line. A 71-yard return, and how about that to start Olympia's day? Kevin Tate in motion here in the pistol train. It's going to be a handoff. Kirk Doherty gets a yard, if anything. Oh, no, with 3 yards. So second down and 7. Christian Armstrong now, full house pistol. Armstrong spins inside, and he'll fight his way down to the 10-yard line. Not necessarily a runner, but that was a nice play. Now J.J. Thomas in motion. It's a play action. Stitch Robinson in the back of the end zone. He scores. That is a little flag route they like to run. Armstrong to Robinson has been a pretty good combo in the red zone recently. Utah State now on offense, and that's Nate Bain, one of the top wide receivers on a very loaded Utah State offense. He is nearing 1,000 yards on the season, very likely to break that today. Gray now throwing this one, and that's Adams catching it and somehow getting down to the 40-yard line. Steve Adams with a nice play there. Now Pittman in motion. It's a handoff. Taylor, one of the best running backs in the country. Chris Taylor with a nice 15-yard run there. Now inside the 50-yard line. Handoff again. Taylor. 4 yards this time. Still a successful run, but at least Olympia able to stop him a little shorter. Second down and 6. Gray pump fakes. Throws this one up. And it's nearly intercepted. Mark Walker dropped an easy interception there, but good coverage. 3rd and 6 now. Gray throwing this one out. That is caught by Taylor, who stopped short of a first down. 4th and inches, and Taylor a little shaken up on the play. Coming in for the 4th down play, and they will convert. Pittman down to the 31-yard line. No sign of Zach Brewer yet, but Utah State having a really good time offensively so far. Another throw to the tight end Pittman now, down to the 24-yard line, a 7-yard catch. Now 2nd and 3. Gray, read option. Breaks Jay Moore's tackle, breaks another tackle. Gray finally brought down by Pele Latu, the opposite end at the 11-yard line. Joe Gray now in the gun. He's not a running quarterback, but a nice play there. And now finding Steve Adams in the end zone. That's a touchdown, and the Aggies will respond. It's all knotted up here. Handoff, J.J. Thomas on the off tackle, and he'll pick up 9 yards. Makes it 2nd down and inches. 5 wide now in the gun. Armstrong dropping back. Throws this one out to Corey Cross, who didn't have room. And I think you should have thrown that earlier, Christian. So a 3 and out for Olympia, and now Utah State with great field position here. 1st and 10 inside their own 50 already. Taylor, 9-yard run. And it's going to be a long day if we can't stop Chris Taylor. 2nd down and 1. Pump fake. Gray throwing this one up for grabs. It's caught. Steve Adams into the end zone, and Sean Pratt got embarrassed. Adams, a great play. And now down 7. Olympia's back on offense. Christian throwing this underneath to Kirk, and he'll pick up 4 yards. And Olympia's got to make sure not to have any backwards plays. Armstrong, keeper on this one, and he'll break it out to the 40-yard line. One thing about Utah State's offense is you can't let them run amok. Thomas now, 6-yard run here, and thankfully the Utah State defense is not great. You can't have any unforced errors though like last time. Doherty on the keeper here, 8-yard run. It's 1st and 10 at the 25 now. 5 wide once again. Armstrong Finds Eric Dawson down to the 11-yard line. It's a 17-yard catch. Now 1st and 10. Dawson in motion. And it'll be a throw to him in the flats. Nobody really out there. He'll pick up 5 yards. And that'll end the first quarter as Olympia struck immediately with a Derek Canary kick return and then a 20-yard touchdown. But Utah State has looked unstoppable since. We're here in the second quarter. 2nd down and 5. Armstrong wide open in the end zone. Zach Schuster. And the junior wide receiver continues a great season. Joe Gray back on offense now. Nate Bain with the catch, his 2nd of the day. And he's now shaken up and he's clutching at his shoulder there. Not sure what's going on with him. Hand off to Fulton. Fulton, a nice run here. Down to the 50, the 40. Finally taken down inside the Olympia 36. 1st and 10. So Taylor has checked back in. Gray's going to take off and run with this one. And he's brought down hard after an 8-yard run. Not very fast, but all the time in the world to run that for 8 yards. Joe Gray dropping back. Will throw this one out to Pittman. Pittman down to the 21-yard line. And Utah State seems to be moving the ball as efficiently as they've been all game. Play action now. Joe Gray throws this one out. Caught by Fulton, but broken up by James McIntosh. A nice play there to come over and cover for the linebacking core. You've seen a lot of zone from Olympia in these last few weeks. Seems like they've really found something that's helped them a little more, although this game it's not working all that well. 11-yard run. 2nd and 10 now in the gun for Joe Gray. Throwing this one out. That's picked off! Moore, the free safety, saw it from the beginning and he leapt the route. Now to return this for 6, 40, 50, and he's gone. Jay Moore. Ball hawk, safety, and he saw that throw coming, floated just a little lightly there to Joe Gray. And Moore, he read it, he jumped the route, and he sets an Olympia record for longest interception return now. So suddenly a 7-point swing, actually 14-point swing if you think about it. And Joe Gray is now injured. So Gray has to check out. Flag made a motion here, and Keys checks in for him. Throwing this one, nice throw there, finds Pittman on the flag route for 18 yards. 1st and 10 now inside the 50 once again. Keys, he's going to take off and run with this one. Also not the fastest, but has a lot of time. And he gets a big gain of 18 yards here. It's time to start putting a spy on these quarterbacks. 1st and 10. Handoff. Fulton, stop for a loss, Curtis Simpson. And Fulton is now shaken up on the field. Not sure what's happening as they're now 5 wide after some injuries to the running backs here. Keys throwing this out, caught by Pittman. Pittman down to the 15, and it's 4th and 3. We'll see Utah State elect to kick the ball there. Kicking it away to the dangerous returner, maybe the most dangerous in the NCAA. And Canary cuts this one outside. Canary down to the 50, inside the 40, where he's taken down at the 37. Did fumble there, though. 1st and 10. Armstrong in the flex bone. He'll keep this one and then slide down to the 26-yard line. It's now 1st and 10. Armstrong under center. Play action here. Armstrong finds Crease. Shrugging off a tackler. Creases into the end zone. And we are up 11 points on the number 2 team in the nation. Utah State has had no problem moving the ball. They just made a few mistakes inside the red zone as Joe Gray sacked for 5 yards. That's Dick Parrish with the sack. Leads the team. Now 2nd down and 15. Gray throwing this one out in the flats. And that's going nowhere. Lee Williams with some nice zone coverage there. Now 3rd and 17. Joe Gray drops back, throws this one out in the flats to Adams, and he's nowhere near a 1st down. So Utah State gains some good position for the punt, and Olympia takes over on offense. Play action here to Kirk Doherty, throwing this one up. That's intercepted, and Zach Schuster had a step. Armstrong just not putting enough under that ball. Steve Cox comes over and makes the tackle. And now Utah State a chance to even things up a little bit before half. 3rd and 6 for Joe Gray in this offense. Throwing this one out. That's caught by Taylor. Taylor inside the 50 down to the 48-yard line. Now 1st and 10. Gray dropping back. Throws this one up. That's caught by Spencer. 7-yard reception there, and we're inside a minute remaining in the half. Utah State elects to take a timeout here, and Joe Gray drops back. Throwing this one out in the flats. Caught by Zach Brewer down to the 40. That's a 1st and 10. So 2nd down and 7 now. Joe Gray dropping back. Hit before he can throw. And that's another sack for Dick Parrish. Never saw. Actually, that was Devin McKinney that came over, the cornerback. Now 3rd down and 14. Gray throwing this one out. Almost intercepted by Curtis Simpson, but he does force the incompletion. So Olympia gets the ball back with 20 seconds left. Let's see if they can make anything happen. Armstrong drifting back, throwing this one up. That's caught by Doherty. It's down to the 42, and with 12 seconds left, you have time for maybe a play or two more and then a field goal. Armstrong dropping back, throws this one out. Caught by Schuster with 4 seconds left. And at this point, from the field position they're at, they're going to go for a Hail Mary. Don't trust Phil Gibbons at this spot. 1st and 10, but it doesn't matter. 4 seconds left. You're just going to see Armstrong put everything he's got on this throw. Dropping back. He's going to throw this one up. Short of the end zone, surprisingly, and that is intercepted by Ewing. And that will end the first half. Olympia up 28-17. And I really like how we've done in this first half. Really stifled them on defense there. Offenses look good despite some turnovers. We'll see it in the second half. We are here in the second half. It is 1st and 10 as Utah State does get the ball to start. And that's picked off. First play of the second half. McIntosh. And you can see he wasn't even supposed to be covering that area. He was actually covering the flats, but he runs over. He's so efficient. He can cover 2 zones. And now great field position for Olympia. They have a chance to make this a 3-score game. Armstrong dropping back. This is a screen pass. Schuster into the end zone. He dives over the pylons. As he gets hit, that will count as a touchdown, and it is now an 18-point game. Olympia dominating at this point, and somehow Jay Moore can't leap that one. I think he was trying to pull something similar, but just can't make it happen. 2nd down and 6 now. Utah State needs to respond, and in a hurry. Joe Gray takes off, and he's had some success running the ball today, as they're over 100 rushing yards on the day. I haven't seen a whole lot from Taylor, though, and you have to wonder at this point if Utah State starts to elect to pass. Bain, a nice play here. McIntosh bringing him down at the 11-yard line. Nate Bain back in the game, up to 50 yards on the day. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Joe Gray finds Nate Bain, who evades the tackle and scores the touchdown. Still a 2-possession game, but Olympia, clearly you got to keep your foot on the pedal. As Joe Gray has now broken Jordan Love's touchdown record. Handoff J.J. Thomas here on the off tackle, and J.J. Thomas has some blocks, and J.J. Thomas has some field. You're not catching the track star as he's inside the 10 and scores. Touchdown on their first play back on offense. Olympia is pulling a Utah State on the Aggies. Handoff to Taylor now. Something I think we shouldn't have seen them go away from. 8-yard run here for Chris Taylor. Although, in Utah State's defense, it's been their defense that's been miserable. Handoff Fulton. Fulton, a nice run here down to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now man in motion here. Joe Gray going to drop back. Throw this one to Spencer, who breaks the tackle inside the 15, brought down at the 12-yard line. Kevin Spencer, now it's 3rd and 8. Utah State really needs a touchdown to keep up in this game. Although a field goal would make it at least a 15-point game. Right now it's a 3-score. A lot of audibles going on here. Joe Gray throws this one up, and it's caught by Nate Bain. Simpson was just not deep enough of a zone there. Might have been able to pick that off with a little deeper. So a 2-score game once again. Pitch out to J.J. Thomas, who picks up some nice blocking here. J.J. Thomas cuts inside. Thomas, another score, back-to-back runs. And J.J. Thomas with 2 back-to-back 70-plus yard runs on the first play of the drive. 18-point game once again. Utah State again and again being asked to step up to the plate on offense, and they are doing it. Zach Brewer, 23-yard reception for his first big gain of the day. The problem is their defense can't make the plays they need to. Taylor now with an 8-yard run, and we find out Dickens is going to be out for the game with concussion. Handoff, Taylor brought down short of a first down, and it's 4th and inches. Olympia now stacking the box, expecting a run up the middle. Handoff, Taylor brought down before he can reach the sticks. It's a turnover on downs, and Taylor injured on the play. 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter, and Olympia just needs to score one more time, maybe even, to seal the fate of this game. 2nd down and 6. Armstrong, play action. He'll roll out right, throwing this one up. He's got Schuster. The post route, Armstrong, as he's hit one of the best throws of his collegiate career, and that's another touchdown. Olympia with 3 straight bomb plays. I mean, we're talking 50, 60-yard plays, and I mean, you just can't stop them. Taylor back on the field, and that's a good sign for Aggie fans. Under a minute left in the third. I mean, if you're Utah State, at this point, you're down 25 points. You've done everything you can on offense for the most part. When's your defense going to make a play? Gray running out of time, and he'll be sacked. Paylier comes over and makes the play, and that is the end of the third quarter. A 25-point lead for Olympia. A 4-score lead. We'll see if they can maintain it here in the fourth. We're here in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 7, a crucial play here for Utah State. You have to score on this drive to even have a chance. A nice find here to Spencer inside the 35 at the 31-yard line. And the Aggies keep their drive alive. Joe Gray throwing this one out to Brewer in the flats. McIntosh brings him down at the 23. Zach Brewer getting a lot of touches actually today. A lot more than I thought for a tight end too. Joe Gray gets sacked here. Devin McKinney, again, his 2nd sack of the game. We've been bringing so many blitzes, throwing a lot of zone blitzes at Joe Gray. A lot of the times he's beaten the blitz, but a lot of the times we've gotten a sack as well, as Sean Pratt picks this off. Burned earlier in coverage. Sean Pratt with the interception. Now that's 3 different Olympia players that have intercepted Joe Gray. And now Olympia's just got to run some clock. Take the air out of the ball, run it down the field, maybe score again. And we're looking at going home with a victory. Doherty, a nice run for 3 yards, now 3rd and 2. The running game hasn't been big outside of the big plays from J.J. Thomas. Play action now. Armstrong had Stitch Robinson open, but tries to throw it in the triple coverage to Schuster. That is broken up, fortunately not intercepted. And Olympia has to punt away. Joe Gray now, let's throw it to Jonathan Pittman. He's got a nice first down there. Pittman over 50 yards on the day. Now 3rd and 3, handoff to Rogers, first down at the 15. So the Aggies are moving the ball, but under 4 minutes, you got to start airing it out. You can't just be running it. Rivero scores a touchdown on a 10-yard run. And the Aggies now down 18 points. So Olympia with the ball once again. 4-yard run here for Kirk Doherty. And even if you don't get the first down, keep running the ball. Thomas now with the handoff on the sweep. Thomas, his 3rd score on such types of plays. 37-yard touchdown, and Thomas has scored 3 touchdowns today, all greater than 30 yards from the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 8. Rogers now, why are you running? Down 25, you wonder if Utah State is calling this game in a way. Now 3rd and inches and no pass. Finds Rogers for a first down here. As Rogers actually shaken up on the play. Now 2nd down and 5. Looks like Olympia just doing some soft zone here. I mean, at this point in the game, if you want to run on us, go ahead. We'll take the win. 1st and 10 now inside the 40-yard line. Gray will hand it off. Rivero, first down. Rivero with some nice running here in relief of Taylor, who's injured, and Fulton. And now 2nd down and 4. Rogers. Looks like he's back on the field, and Rogers powering his way down to the 6-yard line. What a nice run for him. Inside 20 seconds, though, it doesn't really matter. Last play of the game incoming here. 2nd and goal, Joe Gray. And a lot of time, finds Adams in the end zone, and there is actually 1 second on the clock, but the game is over. Olympia, what a play from Jay Moore here. This really changed the tone of the game. Moore with that 99-yard interception return off the jump route there. One of the best plays of his career. And Olympia running away with the game against the #2 team in the nation. Not much to say here other than Olympia dominated every facet of the game. I mean, Utah State still had some movement on offense. I don't want to take anything away from them. But at the end of the day, if you win by 3 scores, I guess it ended up being 2 scores. That's a good win. I mean, that's gonna catapult Olympia up the rankings. Unfortunately for Utah State, I'm not sure they control their own destiny on going to the national championship. Now, they still control their own destiny, have to beat BYU to lock up the Big 12. If they win that game, there is nothing we can do. JJ Thomas with player of the game as deserved. Thank you for watching. Next week, I will see you in a game. Have a good one.